All right, folks, this is the beginning of the Rae Lakes Loop, and I am heading up into those mountains. There's a pass right behind me. You can see that little saddle right there going up over there. I'm at 9,000 feet. I'll be climbing to 12,000 and a half feet, 12,500 feet to get over this pass. There's a lot more pass than that. That's not the high point. It's like this false summit kind of thing that you get when you do these mountains in the Sierra. And I'll be catching up with you later. I'm gonna dedicate this hike to my brother, who passed away a year of a heart attack last year, just over a year now. And this one's for you, buddy. Hey backpackers, I made it to the top of Kearsarge Pass. Whew, what a slog. I was like 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. Ooh, that was about almost 2.5 hour slog, close to a 3-hour slog. Wow, that was crazy. It's tough because of the elevation, but you can see that is where I'm headed. There are like Kearsarge lakes down in there and so forth and far, and that is where I came from right there. Not too shabby. And then you can't even see where I came from, to be honest with you, because it's way down over there. Let's take a couple looks around. Whew, backpackers, I'm down off of Kearsarge. I'm actually by Bullfrog Lake now, and there is a very, very massive dark cloud bank coming in over the peaks over here. I can show you a quick video of it. It does not look good, and as every 30 seconds passes, it doesn't look even, it looks even worse. So let's see where this goes. Sometimes these things blow over. Sometimes you get slammed with hail and sleet. Let's see what happens. All right, backpackers. Whoa, look at the scenery behind me. Come on, that's ridiculous. I am starting to head west now, due west, going over further into the backcountry. I'll be like another 5 miles today. Yeah, 5 miles today. I'm really making really good time. Really just kind of moseyed around, taking my time. Got rained on a little bit. Stopped to put my my rain jacket on, but ended up getting bit by mosquitoes, so I decided to just be wet instead. It didn't rain that long. That's how it is in the Sierra. It doesn't last that long. All right, backpackers, I'm gonna keep hiking. I got a long way to go and a short time to get there. No, wait, got a short way to go and a long time to get there. That's even better. Hey backpackers, this is Juan at the end of day one on the Rae Lakes Loop. I'm having a great time. Made it up over Kearsarge. I was really way ahead of schedule. I planned 14 miles and I literally could have made it to that 14 miles at the very latest 2 o'clock. I think I pulled into this campsite 2 miles before that, and I came in here at 12:30. And so really, I was way ahead of schedule. Tomorrow I'll just tack on 2 miles. I was only planning 12 miles tomorrow, so I'll just tack on 2 more miles, just do kind of the flip-flop the days mileages, and I'll be fine. And it's actually gonna be less rigorous. I went over Kearsarge, and coming from 800 feet above sea level, spending a couple days at 4,000 feet, there's no way to acclimate. I could have went to the trailhead at like 8,000 feet, and that would have been a smart thing to do, but I chose luxury over good planning. And so I just charged up over Kearsarge this morning, bright and early. It really took a lot out of me, to be honest with you. It took a lot out of me. Also got a little bit of a knee injury that literally has taken me out of my training too, and that hasn't helped at all. But I'm doing okay, feeling good, feeling strong. Just a little bit of acclimation to the altitude, because I should have went to the trailhead for a full day. But other than that, I'm doing pretty good. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. It's gonna be a fun day. It is raining now. I literally planned here or stopped here because I'm like, there's a creek right there full of trout right over there. There's a bear box, which means I don't have to worry too much about my food and making sure everything squishes into my bear can, all my food. So that was really appealing too, to stop short. And it literally has been raining since 1 o'clock, and it is now, I think, 4:30. So hopefully, you know, I'm not used to this in the Sierra. Hopefully the sun will come out and before the end of the day, and things will dry up, and I'll be able to cook dinner and get a good night's sleep and get started in the morning. Later, backpackers. Good morning, backpackers and other people watching this video. It's the second morning on the Rae Lakes Loop, going clockwise, starting over Kearsarge Pass. My goal yesterday was to do 14 miles. I actually was way ahead of schedule, but as I said in my kind of summary, but the rain started when I was on a break, and decided to put up my tent, and that was great because it rained well into the night, which is something I've rarely experienced in the Sierra. Usually the rain comes and goes pretty quickly. Of course, I'm not a local, so I don't spend nearly as many nights out here as most folks. But today, I'm gonna add the 2 miles to my day. So I'll be up to like 14 miles and change on the day. And it's actually not too bad because I don't have to go over any major passes. Some climbs, but no major passes. So quite honestly, that's gonna make it more than doable in my book. And I'll probably be in camp super early. I might start or stop, because I have a wet tent and a little bit of a damp sleeping bag from condensation because all the moisture and rain last night. And I want to stop like at a lunch break, and hopefully it'll be sunny. I'll be able to lay things out and dry it out. So when I set up at camp, have a nice warm, cozy everything. I mean, my bag's not soaked at all. My quilt, it's not soaked at all. It's just little like moisture spots. It's not horrible. The tent's definitely soaked from the rain and stuff like that. I just didn't feel like drying it all off this morning, and I'll take care of it at lunch break. So anyway, let's take a look at some things I see this morning on my morning jaunt. I'll catch up to you maybe at lunch. You can see all the stuff behind me. I mean, this is incredible. I mean, this is incredible, honestly. There's no words. They say that a picture's worth 1,000 words. These are $1 million places, so it can't even come close. Anyway, later, backpackers. Whew, that was something right there. Look at that high wall I just showed you. Not too shabby. You can see it behind me, the magnitude of it. Anyway, pro tip. Well, maybe not a pro tip because I'm not really a pro, but One of the things I do for breakfast to get going early is I use a double dose of a breakfast drink. I think it's carnation, and that's what's in this bottle here. White stuff there, vanilla, and a double serving of carnation milk. And I like to use Nido because it has extra extra vitamins in it and so forth. But I couldn't find any, so I just used fortified powdered milk. So it's powdered milk and two servings of powdered milk, 2 servings of the breakfast packets, carnation breakfast packets, and it's literally 420 calories, and it's more than enough to get you going in the morning. And the good thing about it is you can start hiking super early. I love to hike early. I don't like to spend time in camp making breakfast because I feel like my early morning times, and watch my step there, my early morning times are better, kind of the miles I can chew up because it's cool out and I can move faster. The heat during the day kind of slows me down a little bit, and this is a way to do 2 things. One, get a good breakfast with vitamins and that you wouldn't normally get with trail food, and then also get going early so you can cover miles. Little tip there for you. Hey backpackers, no recap from day 2. I forced myself to eat too much food, and at the altitude I'm close to 10,000. Didn't really agree with my stomach, so just kind of took it easy. Did a little bit of fishing, got fishing in, at least caught some high mountain trout. Got some wonderful scenery behind me there. Pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. So today I'm only doing 10 miles. Kind of gonna take my time. Yesterday was a rough day at 14 miles. I probably pushed it too hard. It's really hot. They're having a heat wave out here in California, even at the higher elevations when you're exposed to that sun and the high granite walls, and all the granite. It's hot with no trees. And so, yeah, it was a rough day. I did, like I said, pushed it too hard. I think I did, like, with an hour break, I got 14 miles done by like 3:30. And I even sat for an hour and just kind of took it easy. So today is going to be mosey day, and I'm going to enjoy some of this wonderful scenery, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, 10 miles to Rae Lakes. The reason for this, the Rae Lakes Loop. So 10 miles only to Rae Lakes, day 3. Here we go. Hey backpackers, this is Woods Bridge behind me. It's a suspension bridge that you can only take one person across at a time. It's very wobbly, very wobbly. I've crossed it before. Ooh, I'm a little bit tired. I've crossed it before when I was doing the John Muir Trail. We're like old friends now. Later, see you at Rae Lakes. Whoa, found a nice lunch spot on my way to Rae Lakes. Beautiful mountains. I got all my friends there. Flowers, some busted off trees. I'm not sure what those trees are busted off from. If they were cut on purpose. Looks like an avalanche, but they're all going in different directions. A lot of times when an avalanche comes through trees and just breaks these trees in a whole area. And that's kind of what it looks like, but not quite, because they're all kind of going different directions. So not sure. Maybe somebody knows the answer to that. I don't. Later.
coming to you from my palatial Gossamer gear. I can't even remember what it's called. It's a super light tarp style tent. It's crazy. Anyway, I did a review of it on the YouTube channel. I had a really good day today. It was honestly, it was only 10 miles. Just took my time, moseyed along. I will say though, the heat was really difficult. You know, I started out at, I think, 7,000 feet, and I'll post up the stuff below. And then I came up to 10,000 plus feet here at Rae Lakes. Lakes are beautiful. Did some fly fishing. I got here really early, just putted around a little bit and set up my tent and just kind of do whatever. And so tomorrow I'm going to have, so that was today. So I made it to Rae Lakes on the Rae Lakes Loop. That was the objective, right? But now I got to go out to close the loop. I'm going to close the loop out of Kearsarge. So basically I'm going to be going only 8 miles to Kearsarge Lake tomorrow. It's a really, really, really low number of mile day, but I'm saving a lot of money on hotel. I was looking at the hotel rates for the next few days, and I was like, I'm just going to stay at Kearsarge Lake for one day, cut my hotel rate or hotel stay by one day, and it would save me a lot of money because for whatever reason, like the hotels are very expensive in the town I'm staying. So not sure why. It's just like an event or something like that. So at any rate, I'm going to be staying at Kearsarge Lake one more night, even though I don't have to. I could just go over Kearsarge Pass, be done with it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay one more night at Kearsarge Lake, do some fishing because I'll get there way early, and do some fishing and then head over bright and early in the morning so I can get breakfast someplace. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Okay, backpackers. Headed out of Rae Lakes this morning. Give you a few views. Headed towards Glen Pass. I don't even remember how high that pass is. Maybe like around 11.5, something like that. I'll post it up down below here. But it's a beautiful day, beautiful views. I'm gonna post up at Kearsarge Lakes before I make a charge up over Kearsarge Pass tomorrow morning. Just worked out better timing, hotel costs and things like that. Might as well spend one more night in the Sierra, right? Can't beat that. It's worth more than the money it would have cost to do a hotel. So anyway, folks, check out some scenery along the way. Here you go. Hey backpackers, easy day today. I left Rae Lakes, as you know, this morning. I chewed up extra miles yesterday, so I had like 8 miles to get here today. I'm gonna camp at Kearsarge Lakes, and now I'm literally, it's like not even noontime. I'm literally 2 miles away, so it's about maybe an hour a travel time to get to Kearsarge Lakes. So I will be there probably about 1 o'clock-ish. That's not too bad. I've been covering about 2 miles per hour, but really I've been stopping a lot for breaks. I just got done with like a 15-minute break here too. So I've been clipping along pretty good today, feeling a lot better. My stomach is recovering from the altitude, but this is it. This is the last day before I get picked up in the morning over Kearsarge Pass. I'll leave at 5:30-ish in the morning, bolt over Kearsarge Pass and get a pickup, and I'll be heading back to Bishop, where I love to be because of Shots Bakery. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot. Technically, I just completed the Rae Lakes Loop because this is where I officially started the Rae Lakes Loop at that intersection for Bullfrog Lake that heads up to Kearsarge Pass. And so, wow, I didn't even realize that. I'm like, I'm done. I did the Rae Lakes Loop. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna go up here, camp, relax, lounge in the tent, do some fishing in the lakes, and get a pickup in the morning. This route adds like 10 miles, just for those who are thinking about coming over Kearsarge. instead of 41 miles, you're doing 51 miles to 55, depends on what map you look at. So it does extend the trip a little bit, but it's a good one because I feel like it's easier to get a pass coming over Kearsarge to do the Rae Lakes Loop. Anyway, gonna sign off now. Later. Hey backpackers, I was gonna do a bit of a summary when I got back to the hotel, but I figured, you know, I'm waiting around at Kearsarge to head over in the morning. I'm like a mile and a half from the pass, which I can see right over there with my own eyes. And then it's about another 4-ish miles to get to the trailhead once I reach the top of the pass. So I've got to go down the other side of the pass. It's weird. Kearsarge is very steep going up this way, and it's a very long descent going down that way, or the opposite if you're coming the opposite way, which I've done already, right, to get here. It was a great trip. The Sierra is always incredible. Highly recommended if you can get out and do the Sierra. I'd say acclimate. That's like the biggest thing. I'll do some other videos about kind of the nuances between some things that I learned and so forth. But overall, it was a fantastic trip. I was glad that I could complete the Rae Lakes Loop. Obviously, I did that once I headed up this trail because I started down at the bottom of the trail below Bullfrog, headed clockwise, and then came back to it again and came back up. So it was a great, experience. You got to get permits to be able to do these kind of things. You got to think about acclimation. You got to think about a lot of things. Food. I overestimated my food, which meant I carried a lot of extra food with me. I thought I'd eat close to 3,000 calories, which sometimes I do, but I only use probably 2,000 calories a day, and that seemed to be enough. I should have split the difference at 2,500, but it was an incredible journey. It was a very difficult journey because of the heat and because of the acclimation, but, you know, how can I complain? How can I complain? Awesome day. Oh, backpackers, till next time, get out there, do some backpacking, do some hiking. Stop watching YouTube videos unless they're mine, and watch them all from start to finish. Later, backpackers.